In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can play Resident Evil 4 on your Mac. The first thing we need to do is to download Crossover. Crossover is a Mac application that's responsible for translating Windows commands into Mac commands. So to do this, we first want to open our web browser, and you want to go to codeweavers.com, and I'll leave this linked in the description below. From here, you want to select Crossover in the top navigation bar, and then you want to scroll down and you want to select Free Trial. From here, we want to scroll down again and you want to make sure you're on macOS, and then you want to enter in your name and email address and select Download Trial Now, which will download the installer to your Mac. Before we continue, I do want to look at how the pricing works. So to view the pricing, you want to go back to the Crossover page, and then you want to scroll down and you want to select Buy Now. On the purchase page, we can scroll down and we can see three versions of Crossover. The first version is Crossover Free, which is a 14-day trial that we just downloaded. The second version is Crossover Plus, which is the full version of Crossover. However, it's important to note that this is a one-off payment and not a subscription. So when you purchase Crossover Plus, you will get 12 months of developer support, and once that support is finished, you'll still be able to play Crossover, but you will no longer receive new updates. So if you want to continue receiving updates, you need to purchase another 12 months of support. So now we've downloaded Crossover, we just need to install it, and that's very simple. All we need to do is to drag and drop it into our applications folder. And after a few seconds, once it has moved, we can go ahead and open it up. Because it's our first time, you will see this pop up, so you want to select Open. When you open it for the first time, you'll see your trial information, and this will be 14 days. So you want to select Try Now. However, if you've already purchased a license, you want to select Unlock with Purchase Info, and then you want to enter in your CodeWeavers account details here, and select Unlock. And then once Crossover opens, it will look like this. Now we have Crossover downloaded to our Mac, we just need to install the game launcher that we already own a copy of Resident Evil 4 with. So for the example of this video, I'm going to select Steam, and then you want to select Install in the top right, which will download and install Steam to its own bottle, which is an isolated container from the rest of your Mac files. However, I've already got a test bottle, so I'm going to select the drop down menu next to it, select a bottle, and then in the drop down menu, select a new bottle and done. Then I'm going to select Install in the top right. If you get these pop-ups, these are just the dependencies, so you want to go ahead and install them. And eventually the Steam install will open, so you want to go ahead and install it just like you would on a Windows PC. Eventually Steam will prompt you to log into your account, so you want to do that now. Eventually the Windows version of Steam will open, and it will look like this. So now we have Steam installed to our Mac, we just need to go ahead and install Resident Evil 4. So to do that, we're going to select Library, and then select it from the left hand side menu, and then select Install, and then you want to go ahead and install it to your Mac, just like you would with a Windows PC. Now we have Resident Evil 4 downloaded to our Mac, we just need to enable DLSS and D3D Metal inside of the Crossover settings. To do this, we first want to open Crossover, and you want to make sure you selected your bottle on the left hand side menu, and then you want to select Quit All Applications. Once Steam has been closed, you want to navigate to Advanced Settings, and in the drop down menu you want to select D3D Metal, which is a translation layer from DirectX to Apple's Metal FX. Now we've done that, you also want to make sure that DLSS has been toggled as well. So now these have been changed, we can reopen Steam, and once Steam opens up, we want to navigate to Library, select Resident Evil 4, and then select Play. When you play it for the first time, it may take a while as it still needs to install some dependencies. So as you can see, we have now booted into the game. However, before we jump into story mode, we do need to change some graphics settings. So to do this, we first want to select Options, and then you want to select Graphics at the top. Now you want to scroll down to Fidelity FX Super Resolution 2, and then you want to go ahead and change this to your liking. Performance and Ultra Performance is obviously going to give you better performance, but you're going to get less visual quality. So for the example of this video, I'm going to keep it on balanced. The second thing we need to change is the terrain option. So if we keep going down here and we find terrain, you want to make sure this is off, otherwise you may get visual glitches if this is on. However, for the rest of the settings, generally speaking, you want to turn them off or lower to get better performance and vice versa. So now we've done this, we can go and start playing story mode for Resident Evil 4. So as you can see, I've just loaded chapter 6, and if I look around, it feels like I'm getting about 60 FPS, so pretty solid performance. So if I wanted to, I could probably increase the settings to get better visual quality. and I'm currently playing on a MacBook Pro M1 Pro. So now we've done this, we can start playing just as we normally would. And that's it, so remember to get Crossover with the link in the description below. So if this video is helpful, please leave a like, and if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them below.